Hi, everybody. This is Pastor Teresa, and I want to thank you for joining me once again for our virtual Sunday School Celebrate Wonder. It is just a blessing and a joy to be able to share with you one of my favorite stories from the Bible. Today, we are going to hear a story about two sisters who were hosting Jesus. They were serving him and just letting him be in their home for a while. And it's an interesting story about Mary and Martha. But before we jump into that story, let's sing a song together.
Open up my eyes that I could see the wonders of the things you're showing me. We know you know just what we need, so there's no need for pageantry. Oh, we just want to follow where you lead. There's always more to see, there's always more to know, so we follow as you go.
Some days the wind and rain turns us around, and you don't seem to see what's going down. So we cry out, oh Lord, how long? We hear you answer, hush, be calm, and even hurricanes obey the sound. Oh, leading on the sea and stranded in a boat, we will follow as you go. God will show us who you are and make the world right. Do what's best above and right here. Give us what we need to live. Forgive us and help us forgive. Whatever's bad, help us steer clear. You're in charge of everything, and oh, you can do anything, and we're in awe. We praise your name. Amen, amen, amen,
But we're too busy serving you to see, or we're too busy climbing up a tree. Oh, you just want to be with us, to know and guide us, that's enough. Oh, such amazing love, how can it be? You're powerful and good, the Bible tells us so, so we follow as you go. Yeah, we follow as you go.
Mary and Martha. Luke chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. Jesus and his followers were traveling, and they needed a place to rest. Jesus' friends, Mary and Martha, invited Jesus to stay with them. When Jesus arrived, Mary sat at his feet to listen to him, and Martha served everyone. Martha was tired. She was doing all of the work while Mary was just sitting and enjoying Jesus' company. Martha thought this was unfair. "Jesus, it's not fair that Mary is not helping. Tell her to help me," said Martha. "Martha, what Mary is doing is important," Jesus said. "Mary has chosen to listen closely to me and to learn about God. Sometimes it is better to sit and be with me." I wonder, how do you listen to God?
Hi everyone, it's Samuel. This is the story about two different sisters. Jesus comes to visit his friends, Mary and Martha, at their home to have a meal. Martha is making sure the house is perfect. She's cooking and cleaning and making sure Jesus feels welcome. On the other hand, Mary is sitting with Jesus. She's listening to his stories and learning from his teaching. Mary and Martha are both trying to make sure Jesus has a great stay with them, and they're doing it their own way. There's only one problem. Martha gets really upset that Mary is sitting with Jesus. She doesn't understand how Mary can just relax and talk while she's doing all the work to prepare the meal. Just like Martha, it can be very easy for us to judge people if they don't act how we would act or how we think they should act. Martha was mad at her sister Mary because she wasn't helping her. But Martha didn't realize that Jesus didn't come for a meal. He came to have a relationship and a conversation with them. One time, I was going to a friend's birthday party. I wanted to get the perfect gift. I was looking for it all day and finally got it. But I was too late to the party. I thought the perfect gift would make me a good friend. My friend was grateful for the gift, but I could tell my friend was sad that I missed so much of the party. Sometimes we forget just being with a friend is enough. Martha showed Jesus love by preparing their home. Mary showed Jesus love by sitting down and listening to him. Mary and Martha are both guides who showed us different ways to be with Jesus and connect to God. Now it's time for you to wonder.
Listen, Buddy, by Helen Lester, illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. Buddy's father had a beautiful big nose. He was a great sniffer. Buddy's mother had beautiful big teeth. She was a great chomper. Buddy had beautiful big ears. It didn't matter. When Buddy's parents sent him to the vegetable stand to get a basket of squash, he came home with a basket of wash. When they asked him to buy 15 tomatoes, he came home with 50 potatoes. Buddy's father said, "Listen, Buddy, will you please bring me a pen?" "Who?" asked Buddy. "You," said his father. "Will you please bring me a pen?" "A what?" asked Buddy. "A pen," said his father. "Will you please bring me a pen?" "Sure," said Buddy. Buddy's father said, "Listen, Buddy." Buddy's mother said, "Listen, Buddy, will you please get me a slice of bread?" "Who?" asked Buddy. "You," said his mother. "Will you please get me a slice of bread?" "A what of what?" asked Buddy. "A slice of bread," said his mother. "Will you please bring me a slice of bread?" "Sure," said Buddy. Buddy's mother said, "Listen, Buddy." Somehow, Buddy's mind was always wandering too far away from those beautiful ears. His parents tried yelling, "Listen, Buddy!" They tried whispering, "Listen, Buddy!" Nothing worked. One day, Buddy got permission to go for a long hop. He had never before been allowed to go beyond the vegetable stand. "Listen, Buddy," his parents warned him. "Just remember that at the end of the road, there are two paths. The path to the left will lead you around the pond and back home, but the path to the right will lead you to the cave of the scruffy varmint. And that scruffy varmint has a nasty temper. So be sure to take the path to the left." "Right?" asked Buddy. "Left," said his parents. "Right," said Buddy. And with a salute of his paw, he hopped away. Feeling very grown up, Buddy hopped along, past the vegetable stand, and on to the end of the road. "Now, let's see," he pondered. "Was I supposed to go left or right? Or right or left?" He thought as hard as he could. "The last thing I said was right. So that must be right." Right, he went. 25 hops later, Buddy discovered that right was wrong. There in front of his cave was the scruffy varmint, doing scruffy things that varmints do, like snarling, mussing his hair, rubbing dirt on his knees, and scratching a whole lot of itches. At his feet was a large soup pot. "What are you going to do with that soup pot?" asked Buddy. "What does one usually do with a soup pot? Bake pie?" replied the scruffy varmint, not too kindly. "I'm going to make some soup." "Some what?" asked Buddy. "Soup," snarled the scruffy varmint. Buddy had forgotten his parents' warning about the scruffy varmint. He asked eagerly, "May I help?" The scruffy varmint was not fond of having company, but with help he'd have his soup sooner. So he said, "All right, Bunny Rabbit, come help me gather firewood." "Who, what?" asked Buddy. "You, firewood." Buddy eagerly hopped ahead of the scruffy varmint. Very gently, he gathered a large prickly bundle, which he held out proudly. Roughly, the varmint grabbed the bundle. "I said firewood, not briarwood," he yelped, plucking the sharp thorns from his paws. Later, when the pot was filled with water, the scruffy varmint lay against a rock, licking his paws and barking orders. "Hustle, Bunny Rabbit. Get the flour." "Yes, sir," said Buddy. 5 pinches of salt." "Yes, sir," said Buddy. 15 tomatoes." "Yes, sir," said Buddy. "And a big load of squash." "Yes, sir," said Buddy. The scruffy varmint rose and gave the soup a stir. He took a taste. It tasted a little like, well, a little Maybe it needed some pepper. "Bunny Rabbit, get the pepper from the left side of the kitchen sink," the varmint growled. "Who get the what from the where side of the where what?" asked Buddy. The scruffy varmint repeated. "Who get the what from the where side of the where what? Never mind." He stalked into the kitchen and got the pepper himself and sprinkled it into the soup. "There," he snarled. "Now, Bunny Rabbit, put the soup on the fire." Buddy put the soup in the fire. The fire went hiss. So did the scruffy varmint. "I'll teach you," he howled. "I will have soup, Bunny Rabbit soup, and I know just the bunny to use, the Bunny Rabbit who never listens." Buddy listened. He also hopped very, very, very fast, faster than he had ever hopped in his life. He whizzed up the road past the vegetable stand and into the safety of his house. And a little later, when Buddy's parents asked him to bring a pen and a slice of bread, Buddy listened. Listen, Buddy, by Helen Lester, illustrated by Lynn Munsinger.
You are here, moving in the midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. Oh, I worship you, Jesus. I worship you, turning lives around. You are here, oh,
never stop working. You never stop working. Come on! Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop, you never stop. Oh, even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop, yeah. Oh, even when I don't see it, you're working. Yeah. You never stop. You're the way maker, yeah. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. Oh, and that is who you are. That is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. Oh, it's who you are, my Jesus.
Today, I read our Bible story about Mary and Martha from our special Celebrate Wonder storybook. But in my Bible that I read, it's called the CEB version. That is the Common English Bible. The story in there is a little bit expanded. There are more words in it and it gives more details to the story. And in my Bible, when Jesus is talking to Mary and Martha, when Martha says, "Jesus, can you make Mary help me?" Jesus says to Martha, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things, but Mary has chosen the better part." Sometimes we can get really distracted by things, just like the bunny in today's story. He wasn't always listening to his parents. One time he was distracted by the TV, but sometimes he just wasn't listening. So we can take a cue from that story that sometimes we need to disengage from some of those extra things and really listen to the person who's speaking to us. Sometimes we just really need to listen to what our parents are saying to us. But more importantly, we need to listen to Jesus. We need to listen to God. And part of how we do that is by reading stories in the Bible and listening to our teachers in the church, listening to our parents, and just doing what we can to learn more about what God and what Jesus would like us to do with our lives. So that is what I want you to think about this next week. I want you to think about setting aside distractions and just really listening. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope to see you next time.